Hi Makenna, it's Doc Mo here, and I just need to go through some of these things with you. You asked for the feedback. So let's start out by looking at your Figma homepage. And if you notice here, you have a menu that's green with the white text. You have kind of I think this is a pale green here. You have the photos in this configuration. You have your headline here and call to action, etc. You scroll down, you have a row with the mauve, and then you have a basically a container here with two columns and a little bit of text. So keep that in mind. That's what you have in Figma, and what you designed in Figma is what we want in WordPress. So now let's pull up your home page, and this is what we have on your home page. We have a pink bar that doesn't work well with your logo here, because remember, they were integrated here and they're not here. And then while here you had the set of photos in kind of an interesting configuration with the text. Here you have a gallery, which is fine. You can change your mind to have a gallery instead of the other way. It's not as interesting, and I think you're cutting off like some heads here, which probably isn't a great thing to do on the homepage of your photography website. Also here, it's unbalanced really here when we have this headline and these here. They're just not fitting each other as well as they did when you had this configuration. That was a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Now, can you change it? Yes, but it's kind of boring how it is right here, just this basic background. I don't think you have that pale green background anywhere. And then you have these two photos, and nothing here, just empty space. We can't have those empty spaces, and your Figma did not have empty spaces. So what you need to do is go back and figure out you want to get all of these photos, all of the text, the backgrounds into WordPress. But I have to tell you, usually I would have you go to, I'd have you go to Pages and tell you to start working like on your home page, wherever it is. I am not seeing your home page. One sec. You do have something called home page. I am not even seeing a home page on here. I'm not sure why. Is this your site? Make sure, yeah, 11 is your site. But maybe I do know why, because I think, wait, before I go further, let me just show you another thing. Let's go to Elementor page number 22. And I've clicked on that, and the exact same page is showing up here. And you have a contact at the bottom of it, a contact form. So let's go back up, and I'm going to click on About. And on your About page, I have the exact same stuff, including the contact, and then we have some stuff below that about you. So what that tells me is I don't think you actually loaded these images and this text on a home page. What I think you did was you uploaded all these elements in your header template. So if we look at your dashboard, to edit your header, we would go to Appearance, Elementor Header and Footer Builder, Header menu. We'd edit with Elementor. And this is where you customize your menu, your header. And this is what you want to customize. You want to make this top part, menu bar, look like the menu in Figma. You want to get rid of this in your header. You want to get rid of this and this and this and this in your header. You want to instead load these onto your home page. Now, one thing you could do is, if you want to make it a little easier, you could come up here, you could click to save as a template, and once you save as a template, you would name it, and you could say home page save. I'm going to delete this because I would want you to follow these steps, but then you would go here and you would export it, okay? Or you might not even need to export it because you're keeping it on this site. Then let's go back to pages. And then you would delete all these things down here. After you've saved this as a template with everything, then you would delete everything but the menu. Okay, so then let's go back here. And what you would do is you'd go back to pages. We would either add a new page, or if you know which one of these is your home page, I'm not seeing it, but it must be somewhere. But anyways, you could add a new page. We can call it, let's just call it home for the moment. Publish. Publish. And then we're going to edit with Elementor. And once you get to Elementor, you will then, instead of clicking on the plus sign, you'll click on this little template. Go to My Templates. And then you could insert this in your page. And then you would get rid of the menu that's at the top here. So you would get rid of this part here. You'd get rid of the logo. You'd get rid of this container. And so it would just start here. So you could basically just X out that. And assuming that you've already edited your header, you would no longer have these things up there. So that wouldn't be there. It would just start here. And remember that while you're here, you can also click your page settings. This is where you're going to want to pick your default. You can hide. So I made this Elementor full width. Let's go back to page settings. You can hide the page title. Let's see if we can see that here. Did I already click it? So the page title, it might already be hidden, but anyways, we could just make sure we say that, and then you would publish. Now I'm going to get rid of this page. I'll just publish it, but then I'm going to delete it because you should be following those steps there. All right, so we'll go back. So those are things that you need to do. So where did home go? Okay, so I am going to trash that. I am also going to go to templates here, and I am going to trash the homepage template so you can follow those steps and make it. All right, so essentially your job is to simply go through and make your pages look like this. So that's what you need to do to get your website into good format. And maybe let me tell you, the last thing that you need to do is, let's go back to pages. And you notice how if you're working on these pages, they're not named proper names. In order to name them, so like let's say this was your pricing guide, you would go to edit, and while you're here, you would just highlight this, and you would then type pricing guide, and that's how you would then you would save, and that's how you would rename those ones that have these awkward names. And once you rename it, then it will go into your menu as being the proper name. Okay, I hope that gives you some ideas about how you can continue to work on this to get it up to top quality. Let me know if you have any questions.